We're back with some more Honkai Star Rail. Now I'm gonna preface this from the start. I'm gonna try to get through as much story as I can today. I looked for a video of how long the story for 3.4 is, and it was a 4.5 hour long video. So then I tried to scroll through the video to see how far I got last time, and it was only about 50 minutes in. So my goal is I want to be able to finish the story in the next 2 episodes of around 2 hours each. So we're gonna try to speed this along. But that being said, this whole channel is about me talking about stuff, so inevitably I'm probably still gonna pause and talk about what I'm thinking about stuff. But we're also gonna keep this time budget in mind. I'm mostly telling myself this because I'm busy and I need to get this done in the next little bit, so that way it doesn't take up that much time, but also so I don't draw this out and have trouble compartmentalizing the story, because I think it's gonna get really emotionally heavy soon. I'm just saying. Okay, well, we're here in the Vortex of Genesis, but that's not where the story takes place. Last time Finon... Okay, I'm not gonna recap. I'm not gonna recap the whole story like last time, or like go through all the lore stuff. We already did that. But Finon returned to the core flame, but Lygus kind of interrupted and was talking about the lore of Amphoreus, because we had got interrupted by Scrollum, and he was sort of explaining how Amphoreus is like this simulated universe, not like the simulated universe, but it's some computer experiment sort of type thing, macrocosmic computer, looking for the answer to the new sporist question. That was not what I was trying to press. No.
It's still early.
This is what I'm trying to press.
Pour me a cup, will you?
Oh, right. How many of these can I return, actually? Since we're here? Wow, I'm surprised it didn't take us all the way to 50. Alright, I got lots of that light cone. Dude, this seems like it was so far away now. Look, it's Finon and Mighty fighting alongside each other. Versus now we're at the end of the world and everybody's dead except for Finon and us. After the last episode... Okay, look, here I am talking now. After the last episode, we had way more questions than answers. That certainly did not help that I watched the animated short. The animated short they posted, which I'm pretty sure is also this one, a cutscene for this game that clearly, you know, kind of spoils something ahead, but I'm not so upset about the fact that it's a spoiler, because, hey, they can spoil their own game if they want. It's more so I think there's even more questions than answers. Like, that question to answer ratio is way higher. Okay, I think I've got that all off my chest. I am gonna say last time, I feel like I was really filled with adrenaline and was really hyped up. Not only just for the game, but also having to recap everything, and also all the stuff I had to get done earlier in the day to be able to play. I'm gonna try to be a lot more chill this time. So with that in mind, we're gonna be chill and we're gonna get into this. Now we're here in this memory. This is Ides Elysiae, Finon's little village hometown. I think I ended off the last episode saying this is like Ram Village, where Alm and Celica grew up.
All awake now? Great. Let's go see.
Finon! Show me how to use a sword like you do!
Hey, Finon! Where are you headed? No Cyrene today?
They don't seem to be able to see
That's
us
exactly
in the part of this. Oh, there's Cyrene. That's right. So we met Cyrene last time. Or technically we didn't. But March did. Apparently March is somewhere in Amphoreus. And it clearly sounds like Cyrene has the same voice as Mem, so that's all we're saying. But hello. Hello. How peaceful these days were. This bright and sunny little village.
Found you.
that?
Hello.
Goodness, look at you rushing about. You've got the poor swing all startled. Hmm?
Is that you?
It's that deja vu.
Something wrong? What do you see?
Oh, nothing much. Just suddenly felt a strange connection.
We still don't exactly know what this world is. Like, Lygus was talking about the truth of Amphoreus, and then brought us here. And now we're part of what appears to be Finon's memory. But is this like magic, or is this like a simulation? But either way, obviously we weren't part of Finon's like memories from the peaceful days back in the village. So, what is this? Oh, she winked at us.
Look at you, leaves in your hair.
As
Were
if
you
she
sleeping in a
knows
tree
that
again?
we're not
Or was
supposed
it
to
the
be
wheat
part of the
fields
memory,
this time?
but Finon doesn't.
At least brush yourself off before wandering around.
Come on, I'm not a kid anymore. You're the only one who still treats me like one.
Sure. You may have the height advantage, but when it comes to maturity, I'm leagues ahead of you. Still fantasizing about being in heroic adventures and imagining yourself as one of the characters? That's the kind of thing kids do, not grown-ups. Don't you agree? And since you're playing along with his antics, who are you pretending to be today?
I don't know. Who are we even supposed to be right now? Hi there. I'm Teddy. Greetings. I'm the Stellaron Hunter. Greetings. I'm the invincible galactic baseballer. Yeah, that's the one.
Today, she's going with Invincible Galactic Baseballer.
Switching roles again? What happened to being the valiant hero from a distant shore who made that solemn pact to learn the sword?
Oh my gosh, this is kind of making me sad. Considering the kind of stuff that I suspect is going to happen to Finon, especially after watching that animated short.
Spare me. Can we not bring
This is
this
so
up?
wholesome.
Speaking of which, what about those oracle cards? We haven't done divination in forever. Why the sudden interest?
I was just about to tell you. Earlier, while napping on the swing, I had the strangest dream. There was this mysterious voice in my dream, calling out for something.
Wait, you had that dream too?
Yes, you too? That would explain this
just
lingering
lying in
sense of unease.
Beautiful, peaceful
Which made me think of those old
wind
oracle
blowing
cards I
over
used to play with as a
golden
kid.
dew.
Though the Ornyx prophecies were always hit or miss.
Yeah, all the kids would get so excited drawing cards like ruler or warrior, but throw fits over devil or drunkard and demand a redo. If you just redo it when you don't like the result, what's the point of divination?
The blessing of childhood. Believing the gods might not notice our little corner of ID Silicii, willing to let our small deceits slide. Still, fate is absolute. After all, we never really know just how far into the future the prophecy extends.
I know, right? Up until that point, the core flames had been returned, like, over the course of several hundred years.
Anyway, let's go to our
And
old
we
secret
show up,
base
and
and
about
look
half
for
a year,
those
the
oracle
rest of them
cards.
are done, and the end of the world arrived.
Now, where did we hide those?
I can think of a few spots. Let's go check it out.
Who are we supposed to be in this memory, then?
In a village this size, I bet all
We
our
have a child's
childhood
note
treasures
behind
are
the ghost?
exactly where we hid them.
Wait a second.
Time must be keeping them safe for us.
I can't check it. There was an achievement called Light Slips the Gate, Shadow Greets the Throne. From this quest as well. These are the names of the other stories.
In
the sunlit barn, amid the scent
It's like
of
it's recounting the
ripened
things that
wheat,
have happened
they
before these
found
fateful moments.
various fruits hoarded by squirrels, and a wooden figurine missing arms and legs.
My unfinished little soldier? After all these
Oh my
years!
gosh.
Hey, this is the one Mrs. Pythias confiscated. Finally back in my hands.
This is so just happy and wholesome. Like, can we just... Happy and wholesome. Happy and wholesome. Can we just... Let's just pretend for a little bit that this is just the vibe the story is going with for the rest of the time. It's gonna be this, you know, lovely days. Look at Finon without a care in the world. Still has dreams of the wonderful future and getting to save people and see smiles on people's faces.
Finan, Cyrene, where are you two headed?
It's gonna be like this
Speak
forever
of the devil.
and ever, and nothing is
Mrs.
ever,
Pythias! Is school out
ever
already?
gonna change. No, the more
No
I say
classes
it, the
today.
worse it's gonna get.
This morning, I used fallen leaves for a reading, seeking Orynyx's wisdom. They warned of potential injuries, so I gave everyone a holiday. Besides, it's harvest season. There's plenty of other work to be done, even without classes.
With you being our only teacher in ID Silicii, you must be working so hard.
Anything for my students. I don't mind the work. When you travel far from here, you must visit the Grove of Epiphany for me, to see what a true haven of wisdom looks like. By the way, what are you looking for in here? You've been searching quite thoroughly.
Then he does get to go.
Mrs.
Oh,
Pythias. It's Finan's toy.
I didn't click. I was literally talking to advance the dialogue. Did not even see which option I picked. I'm so sorry, Finon. Yeah, just everything from here. Finon's world. This small little village where everything's happy. His world is just gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and
Keep
unfathomably
it down.
unfathomable.
Is this a toy? Really now? Aren't we past the age for these?
I disagree. As an adult who still has all of my toys, I absolutely
She doesn't
disagree.
remember, huh? Oh, this little soldier's coming with me.
All right then, I should be going. It might rain tonight, so don't stay out too late.
Rain? Does it rain in Amphoreus? I've never seen it.
So this is where the wooden
all
figurine you
Kepha's
carved
light.
during class ended up. And here I thought I knew all your hiding spots.
To be honest, I'd forgotten all about it myself.
Okay, okay, that was not the sacrament courtyard. Okay, that's okay.
Slow down, kids. You'll trip.
Sorry. Oh my gosh, Bubbles.
We'll be careful.
Yo, I literally... Look, okay, we're gonna have lots of time to talk about the animated short later. I watched the animated short. Yeah. And then I immediately watched, like, Seal Slammer's gameplay afterwards.
Nice.
And I think my jaw just dropped from, like, the whiplash this game is capable of. And just seeing Bubbles travel around with that as is just kind of reminding me that.
It's mine. I caught it fair and square.
You did not! It's mine!
Finan, Cyrene, come quick. Look at this huge bottle I just caught.
Give it here! My rod, my catch! I only let you borrow it, remember?
What's got you two so worked up? Here, show me.
Finon's childhood drift bottle. Oh no. Dear stranger who finds this bottle in the future. Oh, it's currently the month of fortune, the final month of the year. Everyone in the village says if you do something tied to fortune the last day of the month, you might be blessed with some unexpected good luck, and he doesn't know to spell it because he is a child. Oh. So I decided to write this letter and cast it into the sea. Just let the currents decide where it goes. I wanted to share about a little about our village and my dream. Our little village is called Aedes-Elysiae. Have you ever heard of it? Well, unfortunately for you, the bottle somehow ended up back in Aedes-Elysiae. No, we're not gonna... not gonna criticize the wholesomeness of all this. Let me tell you a bit about it. We've got golden wheat fields that ripple like the sea, and tall, tall trees that shed their leaves. Right in the center of the village stands a statue of Oryx. At the end of each year, the village gathers to celebrate the winter solstice. We leave offerings at the statue, roast grape pies, herb-fried fish, goat's milk, all kinds of tasty food. Last year, I sneaked some malt candy and ended up with a tooth ripped straight out. Mom and Dad said that if you throw a lost tooth under a tree, we'll bury it beneath a rock and a new one will grow back, just like a seedling sprouting from the soil. That sounds very Greek mythology. I remember searching and searching, pushing through the tangled grass behind our courtyard until I found this mysterious hole. I tossed the tooth inside, cupped my hands like a horn, and yelled, "Hey, come out!" Nothing happened. When I went back this year, the hole was gone. Weird, right? I wonder if we need to remember that for later. You don't think I'm being childish, do you? I'm not like Cyrene. She can already host the festival, and she's great at telling the future with oracle cards. They say the cards you draw shows what kind of person you'll become. Last time, I drew the Deliverer. Everyone went, wow! People really like the Deliverer, but I'd rather be a wanderer or a scholar. Well, being a Deliverer sounds super amazing, but it also means carrying a really, really heavy burden. I'm not that amazing, so I can't be the Deliverer. This is actually gonna break my heart. I swear. Few in Aedes-Elysiae ever journey far. We don't hear much about the outside world. All I know, there are all kinds of city-states out there and lots of great heroes. The bad part is they're always at wars. I don't like wars. Stop, you don't have to play with my heart like this. If the world were more like our village, where everyone knows each other and works together, harvesting grain, herding sheep, why would we ever need a deliverer? But Mrs. Pythias and Uncle Galbas both say that one day when I'm a little older, I should go see the world for myself. If I could go anywhere, I'd visit the mighty Castrum Grimnose, find the greatest craftsman, and ask them to forge me a sword. Guys. That actually happened. With that sword, I'd protect our little village. I want no part in wars. Right now, I don't even have a sword of my own, just a stick and a hoe. Oh, and by then, I hope the outside world no longer needs a deliverer. That would be the best thing ever. Okay. You're gonna actually make me cry. So that's my home, and that's my dream. What about you? What's your home like? What do you dream of? You could write it down too. Toss it in the sea and let the tides carry it to the next stop. Oops, I just realized this sweater has misspellings, just like my essays in Mrs. Pythias' class. Please don't let her be the one to find this. I'm totally getting points docked in detention. Guys. Don't ruin game. Please don't ruin this for me. I'm saying this knowing that I'm gonna be emotionally ruined by the end of this. This is why we can't prolong this activity. We have to get through this. He's just a little kid with dreams, please.
Wait a second. This is my old wish in a bottle. How did it end up here?
Yeah, apparently it didn't make it that far.
Ooh, I want to see. What did little Fineman wish for?
Not happening. This stays sealed.
Yeah, only for us to see.
Lisa, Livia, dinner's ready.
Oh, coming, Mom!
Finally, I'm starving. See you later.
Well, mission accomplished. They got the kids to not
You know
fight.
what's funny? I really thought tossing that bottle into the sea would carry our wishes beyond Aedes-Elysiae. Maybe even bring something back to us. Never thought. The waves would end up pushing it back ashore.
Well, I know. This is just such a serene and tranquil image. Funny how the past finds its way back. I want to read it. Well, Stell, you already did. Seems more like a lake to me than an ocean. Let's not ruin the moment.
Kind of disappointing, isn't it?
I hope that's not foreshadowing, actually, but now the more that I think about it, the more that line is absolutely foreshadowing.
No sign of the oracle cards.
Okay.
Let's see. Ah, there's one place we haven't checked yet.
Okay. So that's the statue of Oryx. Turns out now, we are Oryx. I mean, we still got lots of questions about. I mean, Fina was asking over all these conditions we were getting to remake the world, and then Lygus kind of interrupted that, and now we're here.
Well, those were the
I'm
days.
confused.
We'd always meet either by that statue in the village or right here.
Right? And I remember you never used the front door when you wanted me to come play. You always climbed over the wall. You were such mischief makers, just like a certain someone who has a habit of showing up unexpectedly. Right?
Who? Who's that supposed to be? Can't pin me down, can you? Remain silent.
Oh, giving me the silent treatment? How
Is that supposed to be
cruel.
me? I'm still confused what my role in this is. It's like, are we role-playing, or is this supposed to be like a memory with us self-inserted into it? Like, I'm still confused.
Hey,
What
I
are we
was
doing
just
here?
copying those storybook heroes.
I mean,
They never take the beaten path.
like,
Still,
usually when we're
it's
looking at somebody
embarrassing.
else's
I've
memories,
been the
like,
only
they
one
can't
here
see
for a
us. But here
while,
we seem to
and
be
I haven't kept up with
inherently
the
part of the
cleaning.
memory we
With
weren't
so many
part of.
spots to check, where should we even start?
Let's try the roof. How about the courtyard? What about the cellar? Well, if you guys, I can't remember when I last said this, but I've said this multiple times. Just like me picking a dagger from the first try in Dimitri's path in Fire Emblem Three Houses, when in doubt, pick the last option. Especially if it's the most absurd sounding. That probably means it's actually really important.
A cellar? I think I remember one. It was deep. So very deep.
Well, if we're talking Wonderland stuff, it's not that different from my hero stories.
Dude, he just sounds so, like his voice sounds so light here. Like he's like not bogged down by any sorrow yet.
All right, let's split up. I'll handle the yard. You check the upper floor.
I wonder what the view's like from up there.
I wonder how
Worth checking out?
juice with milk would taste.
In the attic, okay. What a view.
The girl before you carries an
Oh right, okay, this is Lygus as the
mystery.
narrator, is that right?
Her secrets elusive, yet her demeanor toward you is exceptionally warm.
Yeah, like she seems to know something's up versus Finon just seems to think this is how everything's normal.
You can't help but wonder, could there really be some kind of mental connection?
The view here hasn't changed a bit. You know, besides the swing under the big tree, this has to be my favorite spot in all of ID Silicii.
It does lift your spirits being up high.
You can't help but want to hum one of those old songs we used to sing. Why do leaves and branches grow? Which way does the wind blow? I always said I'd become the next priest of time, just because I heard prophecies as a child. But here's the thing. The more divinations I do, the more doubt creeps in. I want to believe the prophecies, but actually leaving ID Silicii, where will that waiting ship take us, I wonder?
Here they are, the Oracle cards.
Wow, they weren't in the cellar. Who would have known? I was still taking in the scenery.
I've captured it all in my heart. This view, and most precious of all, my childhood friends.
Preserved perfectly, like in amber, this memory.
There we go. Looks like the gods do listen to our thoughts.
Here it is. This is the box where we kept the cards.
But the cards are gone. Who could have taken them?
Huh? What's this underneath?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti.
Stamped paw print. Who do we know has a paw print? Are these animal footprints? Nice cards, all looking good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dan Hung and Void Ranger Drive.
I see now. Those sneaky little ones. So that's what they've been up to.
Ah, the ones from Remembrance Maze, you mean?
Yep.
Remembrance Maze?
Let's head to the back of the courtyard.
Bubbles. You know, when things get serious, at least I can look at Bubbles and just remember happy thoughts, you know. Happy thoughts.
The entrance should be around here
Only a couple months
somewhere.
ago, we were just playing with cute baby seals with Fine on, and we did not have a care in the world. Really, like genuinely.
Right here. The path to the maze is hidden under all these weeds. It's been too long since we visited the fairies.
The fairies?
Did you forget? We used to visit them all the
Yes, I
time when
did.
we were little.
Ah.
All right, let's do this.
I guess I'm
These
just
weeds need to go.
a weird grown-up.
Pretty sure this is it. Should be this way.
Oh,
Once
okay.
you get
Sorry,
through the
I didn't mean to
tight
interrupt
squeeze in the
you.
hollow, you'll reach their dwelling, the Remembrance Maze.
I wonder if I can still squeeze through there.
Maybe worry more about whether the fairies will let you in. After all, the Remembrance Maze has an invitation-only rule. Only children with pure hearts are welcomed.
My Trailblazer profile should get me in, right? Sounds like some secret society, huh? All right then, I'll go first.
Getting approved by the Maze's fairies was like our childhood badge of honor. Regardless, how about we try getting through the hollow first?
After you, then.
What? Oh, sure, I'll go first.
So hasty, as always. Looks like it's just us now. Care to finish that chat? To be honest, from the moment I saw the cute note left by the fairies, my intuition became even more certain. Perhaps when we step into the maze again after all these years, the wheels of fate will finally start turning.
Yes. Yeah, what makes you say that is what I would respond to that. Once the wheels start turning, there's no going back. That's also what I was gonna say, you know, do the wheels of fate, do we really want to be... Okay, I guess this is what we're doing.
Oh, it's just a girl's intuition. It might not mean anything.
Sure.
But you know what? Even if fate is set on its path, no matter where it steers the world, if we're together, there's nothing to worry about, right?
You know what? Yes, I like that attitude. There's nothing to worry about.
So, if you're willing, forget it. If the wheels do begin to turn, that's when I'll make my request.
Okay, so that was Act 1. Oh,
I made it!
Talk to me,
Oh, that
ma'am.
wasn't easy. I can't remember the last time I came here.
We're still in Act 1.
We were still kids back then.
Aww, finance.
Wait a minute. Are you? Look. Wow. Look who's finally back, Memmy.
Oh my gosh, they look like Mem. This is so cute.
Snowy, you've grown so tall and dashing. I couldn't even tell it was you at first.
Not as cute as the R&Rs, but still pretty cute.
We had to grow up. Sometime.
Such is the sad life of humans.
But look at Rini. She hasn't changed one bit. How fascinating.
Yeah, you know, that's true. You know, Cyrene still looks kind of like a child.
Perhaps I'm like you, Rayleigh, ma'am. Just another fairy of the maze.
Mem's purple nudge dye fur. The names just keep getting weirder. So Mems are like an organization?
An organization? Hardly. They're not that organized. They didn't even have proper names before we came along. Dolimem, Raylimem, Mealimem, Follimem. I've missed these cute little troublemakers. We used to gather around the fire, singing and dancing, imagining all our future journeys. Without coming back here, those memories might have faded away entirely.
Oh, how could you, Snowy? You swore you wouldn't forget about us. But you were gone so long,
Yeah,
you
fine
almost
on.
did.
Snowy. I guess Snowy was his nickname even before Treeby.
Oh, he's just copying those bards from his stories, being all melodramatic. He couldn't forget about you all, even if he tried. Actually, we're here for the Oracle cards. Have you seen them?
Oh, the Oracle cards. Right. The chief asked us to get those.
Chief? You mean Dolimem? What do they need the cards for? If they want a reading, they could just ask me.
Oh, I'm not sure. But Chief specifically wanted to meet with you all. Let's see. They should be... That's it! This way, everyone!
Okay.
Watch your step. The trunk's slippery.
What did you do? I literally, like, lost me there.
Chief! Rainy and Snow...
Notice it's
Why the
rainy and
leaves
snowy.
and
We're not
branches
part of
blow?
this memory. Like, us
Which
being
way
here is
does
like an
the
anomaly.
wind blow?
Sure.
In Remembrance Maze depths we seek to find the answers future left behind. Welcome back, my dear children.
Oh, goodbye. I thought you'd be a pink mem. Now that's poetry. Yeah.
Right? Though Dolimem always says they're just songs, not poetry.
Oh, Chief, you haven't changed a bit. Still so full of life.
Oh, no need to fuss, my child. You haven't forgotten, have you? As long as our songs are sung, the children of the maze will live on.
You know what's interesting? Is... So Mem came to us when we met with Orynyx. Finon was there, but it's not like he said like anything like, oh, you look like any creature, like a creature that I saw in my childhood. But he should have if he remembered, because clearly Mem looks like one of these creatures.
Just
pointing
as
that
our
out.
paths stay forever linked. Here, take it. I'm sorry
It's the
I had
As
to
I've
resort
Written.
to such methods to bring you here.
This is as I've written.
My book of Oracle cards.
So, we suspect Cyrene and Mem have a very close link, if not being the exact same entity. And this is Cyrene's book of Oracle cards, and it's also a book that Mem reads with us to document all the stories of our journeys.
Thank you for keeping it safe. You know, you can always just ask if you want me to divine something.
Still, bringing us here like this after so long. Is something wrong, Chief?
Yes, the Veil of Evernight whispers to us once more. It tells of a new fairy who will soon enter the maze. Indeed, every time a new fairy arrives in the maze, it means that beyond the veil, in the vast lands far from ID's Elysiae, a great calamity is on the horizon.
Dolimem continues to explain in greater detail, of which they are not
But if
gonna.
that's the
They're
case,
gonna spare us the
our
nitty-gritty
journey-
details.
Will have to be cancelled. If disaster's coming, we should stay in ID's Elysiae just to be safe.
What were you planning to do? What about all the people up there?
We weren't planning to be gone for long. Just enough time to hone our abilities. Finan would train in Castrum Kremnos, while I would seek the Fake Titan's blessing in Yanisopolis. Then we'd return to ID Ciliciae to help keep our village safe.
That sounds like a good plan.
It's okay.
If
I can
only...
still practice my swordplay here. Some things you can learn on your own.
I don't know why this is extremely reminding me of Alm Celica and Fire Emblem Shadows of Valencia. Specifically, I'm thinking about Alm saying when he joins the Deliverance. Oh my gosh, I didn't even pick up on that parallel. The Deliverance, and he's like, he's trained in this in combat. He's trained in like warfare and strategizing because his grandfather taught him everything, and he says like he knows pretty much everything about war that a person who's never been to war knows. And that's the kind of vibe I'm getting from Finon here. I hate to break it to you, Finon, but there's actually a lot a person who's never been to war probably doesn't know about war.
Well, probably.
Okay. Good.
That's not very convincing. Here's a thought. Let's have Cyrene do a reading. If fate wishes to show us its path, we might find some peace of mind.
Also, so these creatures are connected to Orynyx, which makes sense because Orynyx connected us with Mem.
But what if we don't like what the cards tell us?
Oh, Finon. Oh, Finon. Then we ignore it, and if we ignore it long enough, it will come true. Or rather, if we believe hard enough that it's not true, it won't be true. Just like Cypher's magic, keeping Akama and Kefali's light on for a few extra 100 years. Because if you simply will it to be true, then it will be. I don't think that's how things actually work. Then we stand against it till the very end. Can't be ignorant towards it.
Never thought of doing it that way before. Thanks, partner. We'll do it your way. Whatever the cards show, we'll face it together.
That also sounds like foreshadowing.
Ask with a true heart, and truth shall answer in kind. Close your eyes, and let's open the Oracle card book together. Let your thoughts flow like stars drifting on the river, carried by fireflies and gentle winds. Your destinies flowing towards the same future. Now, shall we begin? Oh my! The cards are quite responsive today. Very well. Let's see what future the Oracle cards wish to show us.
Turn to the first page. Oh my gosh. Okay. So... Alright, okay. Weaver, that's gonna be Aglaya.
Behold, the Weaver. It connects the romantic threads of the chrysalis of gold, weaving all destinies into golden
Finon doesn't know it yet. He's gonna meet all these people.
Toward the most brilliant, magnificent future.
A dance of thread and blade set the stage. So shall it end as gracefully as it started.
Such elegance. The Gold Weaver must be of noble birth, such high standing. I doubt someone like me could ever reach it.
He's so innocent. I feel that Gatekeeper. That's gonna be
This
tribute.
is the Gatekeeper, who guides
These are all the
people to
cards
their
we've
true
seen
path
as we've
among
written
myriad passages.
as we've written.
We have surrendered our countless senses, dedicating ourselves to the sacred whispers within the temple.
Wait. It almost feels like I can hear the echoes within a temple. And are those children singing? It feels overwhelmingly solemn, yet strangely comforting.
The ruler. Would that be Saridra?
The ruler stands for
that's gonna
discipline,
be Mighty.
authority, and glory.
Although I heard Saridra is
but
also a
frequently
ruler, right?
also points to isolation and warfare.
Even should you pledge your loyalty to me as the last sovereign, the glory shall be mine and mine alone.
Wow, that actually doesn't sound like something Mighty would say.
He who has slain a king can no longer bear the title. Let the withering lion walk his last path alone.
Okay, that does sound like something Mighty would say.
Is this showing us a ruler who forsook their people?
Well, he did it for the right reasons.
Stories of such bloodshed like this feel so different from Mighty's Elysiae.
Yeah, right?
But they sure can stir the imagination.
The Traveler. Who's the Traveler?
Ah, the Traveler. Our little trickster. Always hiding behind other cards, disguising itself. What a rare catch.
Over here! Or perhaps here! Gotcha! You'll have to be quicker than that.
I don't know why it's this card that made me remember, but now it's just kind of hitting me that all of these people are now dead.
That teasing voice. Just like a child playing hide and seek.
I think it's because...
Surely only a master of mischief could pick up this card.
It's because Cypher's death heralded the end of the world. Okay, second page. Okay, so it's not going to show us the ones we haven't met. It's only going to show us the people we have met.
This card, the Servant, is surprisingly light, bearing the cool scent of Antilla flowers, just like starlight. It symbolizes new life and hope, yet often brings to mind struggles, sadness, and loss.
These precious flowers I care for with my own hands. Are they destined to bloom only in death's embrace?
It sounds so solemn, yet tinged with an inescapable sorrow.
The humble healer may seem gentle in hue, but its courage matches any other, strong enough to melt even the coldest ice.
I will do my best to help you mend all fractures and let sunlight shine on every corner of the world. Make a pinky promise with me. No more going back on your word.
Hey, this card really speaks to me. It makes me want to protect as much as I possibly can.
You know, something else I can't explain, really, is it feels like we are so far away from that final boss fight with Aquila. Like, that feels like it was almost a different game compared to everything that's happened in the story since then. It's actually crazy how that feels. Like, everything in the story just seems so far away with everything that's come after it. Like, just the way they do a good job, and I mean this in a good way, of making the journey seem long. Because that's what journeys tend to be.
Still, protecting everything, everywhere, seems like a dream.
Yeah.
What amazing power would you need for that?
Behold the scholar, bearer of many names.
I love how he's
the
upside
grand
down like
magician,
God.
the great performer, the eye of wisdom, and the defiler of Circes.
Oh, there's just one card. With all those titles, I was expecting a whole deck.
A Dromus draped in finery will suffice. It's succinct enough to best summarize my true nature.
You know what else also feels so far away from this moment? Is just the memory of Anaxa's Dromas eating Phinon's chair. Forever etched in my mind, yet somehow seems so distant from this current moment.
Wait, what's with that condescending tone? It's almost as if it knows what we're about to say.
Alright. Reveal Phinon's oracle cards.
The Deliverer. According to the tripartite prophecy, this card means absolute harmony and perfection. In fact, it's the only oracle oracle card without a dark side.
Without a dark side.
What? No divine whispers this time?
I like to imagine that's the divine whisper.
Oh, silly. This is simply the card you drew for yourself.
The sleepy village of ideas.
Oh, don't interrupt now, like this. Things are going so good right now.
Moment welcomed an array of legendary figures. The Weaver, Gatekeeper, Ruler, Traveler, Servant, Healer, and Scholar.
Okay.
Their stories and wishes showed the village boy glimpses of a world larger than he'd ever imagined.
I know, right? This world's only gonna get bigger from here.
They brought tales of raging battles, of cities crowned in holy light, and of wonders beyond his understanding. Each story so far removed from his simple village life. Once, these were just images on his friend's oracle cards, and yet destiny now stirs in resonance with the maze.
You can see the Flame Reaver on the right side. I know, things are going so good right now. Things are just going really good right now.
And now, they are right in front of one's eyes.
Okay.
The Deliverer. This card again.
Ah, my child. It seems you're destined to bear the wishes of many, to answer the world's call.
Bear their wishes?
Yes, just like Kefali, standing eternal atop the mountain.
My parents, they only wished for me to grow up.
Top the mountain.
Well, to help around the village. Stay out of trouble. Mrs. Pythias wished for more books in her little schoolhouse. Wanted us to all learn and grow. And little Piso, he wants to grow up strong like its father. To become a hunter. Is that my purpose? To fulfill their wishes?
Yes, Finon. Those are the most important wishes in the world.
Perhaps. For a true deliverer, such wishes are but droplets in an ocean.
But they're the most important ones to him.
After all, Kefali bears the weight of the entire world.
Right. How could any human possibly measure up to a Titan?
I wonder too. Perhaps...
What's this?
Oh?
What you see are futures written in the cards. Or rather, the people you'll meet on your journey.
Everyone.
Sometimes, fate can guide us when
Everyone
we're
mighty.
lost. Let's consult fate itself. Maybe then we'll know why we must take this path and learn just how many burdens one must bear to become a true deliverer.
Okay, hold on, I'm still not following. Is this, like, real? Okay, don't talk to Serena yet.
Well, if it isn't our little deliverer, my wish. Just let me wine and dine.
She's doing the
and
winks.
soak up the sun for another millennium or two. I mean, what's the point of dying rich if you never lived rich? Right, Princess Homebuddy?
Cypher, that's not how I see it. My one wish is to find that missing piece in my life. To feel someone's embrace once more.
Cass.
That warmth. I've felt it before, and it's my dearest memory. And speaking of riches,
for casters.
For someone with all those treasures behind your divine power, you've led a pretty cheap life.
Ouch! Where did that come from? Right for the jugular, huh? What about our friend from the Grove?
My wish came true before I touched the sky. I transformed my healing power into gentle sunlight, distributing it equally to every life I cherished and loved.
You two are so selfless, aren't you? No surprise Aglaya wanted you for the flame chase journey. You know what? I did have one wild dream. To know what it feels like being born a noble lady, drowning in riches. Just think, if I traded places with that seamstress, me in the mansion, her on the streets. I'd like to see if she'd still become the gold weaver then. Maybe I'd even take her place.
But probably if you saw somebody on the streets, you would care for them just like she cared for you. These wishes, they make you want to smile. Can we jump in and fit right into their convo? I mean, I'm still wondering, like, what it is. Did this actually happen? Or is this sort of like a distortion of, like, using Finon's memories to sort of tell the story of right now? Because these characters are clearly from right now. Talking about, with Hyacinth talking about having, before she touched the sky and all that.
I can't disagree with you. These wishes aren't weights to bear.
Yeah.
They're like those candy wrappers the Ides Elysiae children love, shining even brighter when bathed in sunlight.
From that perspective, being a deliverer sounds great, right? Getting to fulfill what all this happiness for the
Warm embrace, equal healing, and perhaps living free. They're all wishing for a kinder world in their own way.
Yeah. Right? Naxa.
Finan, my student. Must we go over this again? Listen well. I detest the word wish. It reeks of mortals crawling before their gods.
I feel like this is each person, each of these people, as if they were talking to Finon in their final moments. A little bit. But as if, like, do you know what I mean? But, like, as if bad things weren't happening all around them in their final moments, too.
My life's work is done. All that remains is for you to take the final step and prove the ultimate truth.
Except for Anaxa. Anaxa just sounds like he's still living, and his ghost is here to haunt us to make sure we finish the job, which is so Anaxa of him to do.
I, Anaxagoras,
Sorry,
shall
Anaxagoras.
become a god of the new world. Through irrefutable logic, I will prove that mortal wisdom can achieve divine greatness.
It's like, don't mess this up.
Isn't he, you know, a little... I mean, I just daydream about hero stories, but he's fantasizing about becoming a titan?
Alright, this Finon has no context. For this, his ambitions rest on your shoulders.
Come on, you're joking, right? Am I really being burdened with a dream that feels more like a fantasy?
Poor Finon. Poor Anaxa, too. I mean, although he seems so content.
Finan, since when did you become so timid? Asking such juvenile questions about wishes.
What's that supposed to mean? What's with that condescending tone? No way I become friends with this half-naked show-off, right?
You'll be the kind of friends who think nothing of sitting shoulder to shoulder in a hot bath. That's so specific, but that's because they had that scene, right? Where they were doing like a blasting in the sauna thing. Like that feels... That feels like a world away from where we're at now. You end up being close friends.
Horrifying. Is that really something I'll enjoy one day?
Fine, on a lot of things are gonna change.
What are you mumbling to yourself now? Whatever. The wishes of the Kremnon warriors are done, but I survived 1,000 deaths only to fall to a coward's blade. That masked flame reaver who struck from behind.
Oh my gosh, this is totally everybody, like, as if they're talking to Finan in their last moments, but it wasn't full of fear and all the horror going on around at that time.
Finan, you look... Never mind. That blank look tells me you're completely lost. My wish is simple. One honest duel, face to face, blade to blade. Then I'll strip away that mask with my own hands.
Nothing but violence and vengeance. This person's wish is nothing short of brutal. Still, those eyes burn with the noble pride I've read about. This wish, I shall not forget.
Okay. Okay, then we have...
Personal wishes. I have none. Only the Aranuva matters. The world's rebirth. Yet, if I am to weave a new era, then it may be one where kindness and her cleaners shall never tread.
Yeah, you know what? Those guys just... They were either not really plot relevant, or else only existing to stand in our way for pretty much no logical reason and to be, like, contrarian to everything. So, like... Yeah, I'm with you there.
These crawling parasites have no place
They
in
were
Akama,
actually extremely
especially
annoying to
not
try to
under
get the story to
deceitful claim
progress.
of human rule.
That noble lady, the way she speaks, it's like ice in my veins.
She's truly selfless in her dedication.
Huh. Not exactly the warmth I'd expect from someone selfless.
I'm fine, on.
Teacher, perhaps you could share your wishes with us?
Oh, Snowy. You want to know about our wish? I wish to meet Trian again. In the sea of flowers where the west wind ends. And Aggie, I want to see you shed that golden thread cocoon around your heart. Just once more. Smile at us again like that bright-eyed girl in white who stood before the Yanisopolis temple.
Aww. These are such wholesome wishes. I hope the Aranova can be filled with this beautiful place, too.
Finally, I pray that the footsteps of lost souls no longer wander aimlessly. Instead, replaced by the bright songs of prayer. Are we wishing for too much? Well, let's say these three wishes represent Trian and Trinan too.
Those wishes are truly wonderful. They even stir something deep inside me.
Then we can rest easy, because only you can make these wishes come true.
Only me?
Mark these words, Snowy. See you.
No, don't say it.
Tomorrow.
Don't do it. You're gonna make me cry. Jamie.
So tell me, has the uncertainty in your heart begun to fade?
So many faces in my future. So many wishes. Still, why would fate choose to show us this path?
What's weighing on your mind?
Didn't you say disaster would strike Amphoreus? If so, shouldn't Cyrene and I stay in Ides Elysiae? How could we possibly meet all these people?
He's also naive to... because he still believes Cyrene is coming with him. Even the darkest storm must eventually pass. Perhaps they'll come to Ides Elysiae? This calamity is what sets you on your journey. Okay, that one's the real answer. Gosh, do we just be honest with him? Or do we play along so we can be happy for like a few, like 5 more minutes? Just let him be happy for 5 more minutes. You know what? Let's just let him be happy for 5 more minutes. No matter what I say, we can't stop what's coming. And he has plenty of time to worry about that later.
That's wonderfully optimistic. I like it.
I like it too. Let's just leave it at that.
Cyrene, may I have that deliverer card?
Of course. But why?
Although those voices, visages, and wishes may seem far away now, I can't ignore the sense that something is calling me, bidding me to take a hold of it. Maybe its true weight can only be known once it's in my grasp.
In that case, accept this gift. Oracle cards carrying time's wisdom, blessed by Orynyx. May they journey with you, become your memories, and spark rippling waves of change in times to come.
I'll hold these words close to my heart.
Yeah.
But now that I'm holding them, they don't seem all that different from ordinary playing cards.
No.
What's happening?
No. No. Time's up for the good times.
Everyone, we've got big trouble, Mimi! Burning, smoke everywhere. It's all coming from beyond the maze.
What's going on?
It's here. The seeds of disaster have already taken hold. Sooner than we had foreseen. This time, not even the veil of Evernight could shield us.
You mean Heidi's Lizzie will be swept up in the prophesied catastrophe?
I'm afraid so.
No.
My children,
I mean, we already know
shelter
what's
in
gonna
the
happen.
Remembrance Maze.
No.
One step outside, and this horror will consume you both.
But my parents, the whole village.
We need to save them now. Is this calamity a Titan's doing?
Are we facing the 3 Titans of Calamity?
We still don't know where the black tide comes from. But I'm assuming it has to do with... Now that we know what Lygus has sort of hinted at, I assume it has to do with the destruction.
This is beyond any Titan. Beyond any danger you could overcome with strategy alone.
And whether or not a Stellaron is involved, the Stellarons are also associated with the destruction too, right? So it could be a similarly manifesting power.
It's an unspeakable horror that twists all life
We don't
into
really know where the
abominations that never bleed
comes from, although
nor
it's
cry. Even Titans
presumably
fall to
part
its
of
corruption,
this sort of
burning from within
macrocosmic
until
simulation
only empty shells remain,
to find the
knowing
perfect answer
only
to
death
the
and
New Forest
destruction.
question.
The black tide. That's what this calamity truly is. It consumes all in its path, sparing none but the Remembrance Maze.
Huh. So this place will be spared? That's an important detail.
Not even Titans can...
Yes. So please, don't leave this forgotten realm the gods abandoned. You are the first to uncover our presence, and the only 2 who can enter the maze.
Okay, there it is again. The only 2. Like, we're not here. But Flanon's acting like we're here, but also not questioning the fact that we're not here.
We don't wish for you to throw your lives away.
Finan, what path do we take?
Stay here, safe in the maze. Listen to your heart. Protect those who must be protected.
I learned the sword to protect those close to me. If I run now, I'll never be worthy of lifting a blade again.
Then we know what we must do.
Indeed. Our friend is right. We must take action. Forgive me, Chief, but Heidi's Elysiae needs us. And as her child, I must act.
Very well. Make sure you protect yourselves.
So presumably if this place survived the black tide, it must still be around,
Join us,
right?
my friend. Even without a sword, I'll take a rake. Even with the roughest steel, I'll keep our home safe.
Deliverer. The card's truth extends beyond its mere literal meaning. There's another hidden layer within. Not someone perfect from the start, standing high above, casting merciful gazes upon the world, but one who starts small, from a humble village, expanding their world within step by step, learning to save others as they grow.
Step by step, his world is
When
going to
we
get
were
bigger from
little,
here.
I told him I wished this world would never need a deliverer. Now that wish has shattered. Yet I'm glad he's chosen to walk this path.
Yeah, me too. No matter how... I mean, because no matter how much you wish for things to stay peaceful forever, it simply wouldn't be a story if things were happy forever. And his experiences are going to shape him into the person he's going to become. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing. However you choose to look at it.
And all of this happened because you believed in him, friend.
Me?
Shall we? It's only when you're by our side that Finan and I... that our hearts find their courage.
Okay, is Dolly Mem not gonna be like, who are you talking to right now?
I know you're watching us right now. Aren't you, great hero from the future?
Okay, I'm gonna assume that means Dolly Mem is not even seeing this part of the conversation. Everything around us is just sort of acting. It's only with Finan and Cyrene that we seem to actually be part of something. Great hero from the future. I guess we are.
Oh, deliverer. Such cruel irony. Though destined to bear the world's burden, this boy can never become the hero to bring forth the dawn.
What makes you say that? What are you talking about? Don't tell me I'm the one that has to deliver salvation. Wait. You remember last time I was talking about, I rewatched the Nameless Faces trailer? And like the one scene that we really haven't addressed yet is, well, there's a couple, but Stell, or the Trailblazer, like flipping the feather around and then basically destroying all of Amphoreus until like Cyrene comes and grabs her. Don't tell me I'm the one that has to deliver salvation. Are you here just to spoil the story? That's so true.
Follow their path. Bear witness as this man, forever denied the mantle of hero, takes his first step on the path to deliverance.
I mean, I'm gonna be real. I'm not seeing how his actions today aren't considered heroic. He's gonna do everything he can to save
memory
them.
Play out its final act. See with your own eyes how everything began. Then you'll see why his dream of deliverance was always destined to become this world's requiem.
That's so foreboding. How... Exactly, why are you here to... I mean, are you always here to spoil the story? I mean, to a certain degree, yes. But more so, it's like... The whole, like, now I have more questions than answers, which is... How can this wholesome child's dreams and wishes to fulfill the wishes of all of his loved ones turn into the world's requiem? And I mean that sincerely because so far nothing in the story, up until Lygus talking to us here, has really indicated that. Wasn't Finan about to just deliver the core flame and supposedly, with all these conditions, like bring back the world exactly the way it was before? I guess what Lygus is really saying is Finan can't do that. He won't be able to do that. And what he is able to do is not going to be that. It's not going to be bringing back the world. the way he wants it.
A sun red as blood, wheat fields turning to dust, and in the heart of it all, a village aflame. In that moment, the boy stood in what felt like the end of existence itself.
These creatures, they're everywhere. Someone, anyone, where are you?
The golden blood. Oh my gosh, no! It's all of the villagers and people he knew got turned into the monsters.
No. It can't be. You. Are you talking to me?
People here got turned into black tide monsters.
That ribbon. Olivia. I should have known.
The redacted text in this game is actually kind of horrifying. Like, the way they redact it is...
Please. No.
Yeah, this story is gonna
Stop. Please stop.
get really emotionally damaging.
Olivia, I'm so sorry. And these monsters, they're all... Why? Why is this happening?
This is really hard to watch, actually.
When the black tide arrived, the wavering boy found resolve in his companions, and together they ran toward their first battlefield. In the far-off future, the land of Amphoreus would bear the marks of the hero's footsteps. With sword in hand, he would inscribe an eternal mark in the golden epic.
What are you talking about, Linus?
And when dawn broke over scorched earth, a boy, covered in wounds, buried the dead one by one. His silence heavier than the earth he moved.
When dawn broke. That's
his home, his past, his name, all buried beneath the soil. His feet carried him forward, over the pillar of stone, beyond the chalice of plenty, through the deadly fogs of the hand of shadow. He wandered without direction, like a withered leaf drifting in the wind. Through countless city-states, the smiling visage of the white-haired swordsman was etched into memories.
Still smiling?
Yet he did not walk without purpose. Deep in his heart, a voice always guided him forward to fulfill the wishes he had inherited, to brave peril, and to do all that was within his power to save those who needed saving. Those words his friends spoke long ago, when his journey began lingered.
Protect those who must be protected.
So you're implying that this is a tiny bit my responsibility too for saying that?
The words were few, but they gave him all the certainty he needed.
That's what it means to be ordinary and choose to be more.
Onward he walked, until the call of the flame chase journey thundered across the land. In the vision painted by prophecy, humanity would triumph over the gods, seize the core flames, and ignite a new dawn for Amphoreus.
Yet losses are a constant on the flame chase journey, where life too seems as small as a speck of dust.
Life seems as small as a speck of dust.
Only one who treats the world as their teacher can bear its eventual destiny. Are you prepared for such teachings?
The voice within spoke, and he answered softly.
No matter. My existence is of no consequence.
When the Gold Weaver called, he answered,
now he's moved to a different part of the
traveling to the holy city. There
with
the
his gold
elders
blood
met his warrior's spirit,
trailing.
with nothing but scorn, condemning him to the barracks in derision.
Okay, well, we don't like the elders, so...
No one saw it coming. Not the world, not even him. Yet, this nameless recruit stood at the gates of legend, and there, at last, he found the ones who would walk his path right beside him.
Act 2. Okay, so that was all Act 1. Okay, I'm ready.
This is the Abyss of Fate. Hold on. Finance here too? And is that Mighty and Trinin?
And now, Act 2 of our immersive drama unfolds.
They're evacuating the temple. Why now? Are you insane? That blonde man is the Crown Prince of Krymnos. Mess with him, and every last person in this city could wind up dead.
Calm yourselves. The Holy Maiden has everything under control. We need only wait patiently.
When we first met Finon and Treeby, it was Treeby, right? It was Treeby. When we first met Finon and Treeby, they were evacuating the Abyss of Fate. But Mighty wasn't here, and this wasn't what happened. So, have these even been our Finon's memories? Or is it once again like Lygus is kind of using a familiar backdrop and staging a whole bunch of stuff in it?
Behold, it is the month of Gate, light calendar 4926. The Crown Prince of Krymnos, Midymos, has led his forces to the gates of Akima.
Take note, each cycle is around 5,000 years.
As you know, though Midymos was proud, he did not engage in needless violence. He challenged the elders of Akima to a duel, not for glory, but for the rights and dignity of his people, to ensure they wouldn't live as second-class citizens in foreign lands. After Aglaya's mediation, Finon met Midymos' challenge as the Elder's representative. This duel was to change the course of the Flame Chase journey itself. So, as Finon's most important companion, his lifelong friend...
Did this actually happen?
Please, continue to bear witness to his memories.
Okay, obviously us being his lifelong friend there at all the important points in his life is probably did not actually happen. Or did it? You know, I literally don't know. We are technically the demigod of time now, so it's entirely possible in the future we end up traveling back into the past to be this person and all these, or maybe that's exactly what we're doing right now, is we are traveling in the past to be the person, to complete the loop in this. When it's a different kind of duel. Okay. But okay.
Is this your idea of an honorable duel?
Yeah, what are you guys doing here?
Bloodshed isn't the way. We and Aggie don't want to see Chrysoceres turn on each other. True warriors know when to sheathe their blades. The impartial Talantin shall oversee this duel. You need only place your offerings upon their scales. Something that has more weight than the fate of the world.
Oh my gosh. When we came here, this is so long ago, but when we came here the first time, we put March's camera here, right?
Which means only those who understand the world's weight are worthy to carry it. Is this how you plan to test our convictions? Well, Kremnoan, looks like you won't be able to punch your way through this one.
It makes no difference. One last chance, new recruit. Walk away, and I'll spare your life.
Hang on, we're not killing anybody
Otherwise, come and face me. I'll give you a warrior's death.
Okay, is this real?
Hard to imagine they once clashed like this.
Okay, so this is before Mighty and Fine are friends. Is this how
I can't help but feel like a pawn that has stumbled into some greater political game.
Every hero was once a child. And every child must grow.
That's so. I don't even know why I'm standing here right now. Look at me. Just a common soldier. Since swordsmanship won't decide the winner, Lady Goldweaver should be here instead. My devotion to the Holy City could never compare to hers.
Oh, what if we told you this duel isn't about winning or losing, but rather in the choice you make?
Are you saying that Lady Goldweaver is testing me?
Every Chrysocer is indispensable to the flame chase journey.
It's always so eerie to
and
see.
And you and the Crown Prince of Kremnos are both a part of the prophecy. What the duel marks is not an ending, but a beginning. So, listen to your heart. We wish only to hear your answer.
True enough. The voice within has never failed me. It doesn't matter what the result is. I'll give it everything I have.
Spoken like a Chrysocer. Now go, Finon. Your journey has only just begun.
That's right, comrade. It's time for us to teach that proud prince a lesson together.
Right. Someday he too will be your comrade, true. What exactly am I supposed to do here? We got this. I guess just emotional support. You're gonna pick the right answer, Finon. I believe in you.
Still, on the topic of the Temple of the Three Fates,
yes,
here we are, at the Temple of the Time Titan. And I don't even know how Cyrene's studies are progressing. We haven't really had much contact since I set out. Still, I hope she's doing well. Anyway, let's go, comrade. It's not every day you get a chance to see Talantin's scales of justice.
I spent so much time in the room with Talantin's scales of justice. Was Cyrene supposed to be alive this whole time? Because we never saw her until the ending of last update.
What's going on?
Yeah. Thank you for asking the real question.
Did he just say Cyrene's studying here?
Okay.
But how's that possible?
Thank you.
Wasn't she?
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for making me feel like my memory isn't bad. Because I'm pretty sure she wasn't in the picture. I'm not sure that means she was dead, but it kind of sounded like she was dead. After.
Of course, Lygus disappears right when I need answers. Forget it. I need to catch up with Finan first.
Yeah, a real helpful Legus, telling us stuff when we don't need to be told, not telling us stuff when we actually need a little bit of help.
Fallen, but their
connecting the
scales remain
dots.
true to their purpose.
I hope you still remember your purpose, new recruit.
You seem awfully confident, Kremnoan. Let's see how you define the idea of weight.
For your information, in Castrum Kremnos, the punishment for profaning a duel with such crooked words is impalement. But as we're in foreign lands, I'll indulge you. The signet of Kremnos, the crown jewel of our people. That's my choice.
A ring. Not just any ornament, I'd wager. What's the story behind this little treasure?
Okay, I gotta ask too. The scales are huge. Is this Mighty and Finan standing on opposite sides of the room, shouting at each other? Because there's gotta be like a minimum 100 meters between them. Minimum. And I assume it'd be a really echoey room. I'm sorry, I'm just saying.
Don't push your luck. Think I'd pour my heart out to you?
Yes, but not today.
Just know that Kremnos' 1,000 years of glory could bring a titan to its knees. Let alone a nobody like you.
So to him, glory and his people outweigh the entire world.
And the very destiny that Mighty himself will eventually shoulder.
Yeah, that's true. It sounds like so filled with like hubris now. But later on, that same conviction is gonna lead to Mighty fighting off the Black Tide himself alone until he comes back and dies in front of us. Except not, because we actually had already left, because important bad things are happening. And it made me really sad. Okay, are they actually? Where's Mighty?
Where are you going, comrade?
I need to see
Come back.
if no, I need to see if Mighty is actually standing on the other side. And not only were you guys shouting from over 100 meters away, but you also have this big wall in front of you. Okay.
Now this is a tough one. What can I possibly offer against a ring that signifies so much? Well, comrade, what does your gut tell you?
When in doubt, the last... No, I think it's going to the deliverer card.
Looks like we really are on the same wavelength.
That card came from your friend, and it came from more peaceful times. And it might forebode a really heavy burden in the future, and a fate that is so all-encompassing and escaping. But it's also the embodiment of a noble truth and wishes and hopes for the future, that someday everything's gonna be okay.
In the end, there's only one thing I can trust. The deliverer that appeared in my life on that day. How ironic. I can't even look at this card properly, much less follow where it leads. Just thinking about how my village was swallowed by the Black Tide makes my hands shake. The flames, the screams, my utter failure to protect anyone. Speaking rationally, I know it's not nearly enough. Addis Elysiae was just a small
village. The answer
village.
is not rational.
Its loss barely a scar on Amphoreus' face.
You have
But
the right
here
heart for
and
what
now,
needs to be done in the future.
my heart says something else.
Yeah.
This car. It's everything I have left. Nothing weighs heavier.
Perhaps that itself is the answer.
Look, Finan.
It's so nice to see you all again, Lady Treenan.
Cyrene.
And
Cyrene, obviously we weren't here when this memory happened, if this memory took place. Is Cyrene supposed to be here?
Hello. Seeing you here sure is a sweet surprise.
Cyrene?
Why so surprised? Could it be... Did you miss me?
Cyrene? This is incredible. I was literally just thinking about how you might be here. But I'd never imagined I'd see you this soon.
I was supposed to leave with the priests, but then I heard Lady Maiden was with a white-haired young man. I figured it had to be you, so I snuck back here.
That's Cyrene for you. Unfortunately, this isn't a good time for reminiscing.
Yeah, and
That Kremnoan over there.
how did you even get here? Because it seems like this place was closed off. For
Still
this
playing house, boy?
You get the idea.
Mighty shouting at the top of his lungs to make sure we could hear from the other side of the room.
Quite the hothead. You know, you two just might get along. Don't worry. You already know what the answer is, don't you? If that's your choice, I am with you. I am with you because I remember it all too. The fields of Ide Silicii, those red leaves, that little swing of mine beneath the tree where I dreamed the sweetest dreams.
That swing.
And those dear fairies in the Membrance Maze. It hurts so much knowing they're gone forever.
Yeah, that kind of hits hard too. All of that is gone now. Wait, didn't we say the Remembrance Maze wouldn't get swallowed by the Black Tide?
The pain speaks for itself. Our hometown may have been just a tiny village, but to us, it was the whole world. But that's not enough, Finan. Not nearly enough. Even though hatred can help people grow and turn a boy into an unbreakable warrior, what you need now is victory. You can't just stack the scales with your past suffering. You have to throw the weight of your future onto them as well.
The weight of your future.
The future? What do you mean?
Maybe that was a bit too cryptic for you, but it's actually really simple. Why not have our mutual friend here stand on the scales with the deliverer?
Oh, because she knows we're not supposed to be here and that we're from the future.
How about it? Can you help us?
Me? Wouldn't that be cheating?
Relax. Our dear crown prince won't have a clue.
Yeah, because he can't see us because the scales are so huge.
Try that. The fate of Akama hangs on this duel. I must claim victory, for their sake. I will stake everything I have. Stand with me, comrade, and we shall become heroes.
Okay. You gotta remind me, because it's been like 10 minutes and I might have forgotten. Isn't Mighty dueling just to get, like, rights for his people? Like, I don't think that's a bad thing, right? You guys are acting like this is an end of the world situation if Mighty wins. But isn't he just fighting for rights for his people? Or did I pick up the wrong thing? Because we know in the future the people of Castrum Criminals do end up living peacefully in Akama, although perhaps still feeling like second-class citizens. They do end up living peacefully among the Alchemins. Okay, remember the past and become the hero of tomorrow.
Let's. Together we'll prove that what weighs more than the fate of the world is the resolve to shoulder an immutable past and carry it into the future.
This is kind of hitting me in the Wanderer story kind of thing. You can't shake off the past because it's part of who you are. And it's part of that the you that steps into the new future.
Talantin, the fair, the just, they of unassailable integrity. The challengers have made their choices. In the name of the Holy Maiden of the Three Fates, lower your scales, weigh destiny, and reveal unto us your verdict.
Your offering is a card?
Yes. a flimsy little card. That is my choice. Just know that it's called the Deliverer.
Alright, this is probably when Mighty's gonna start calling him the Deliverer.
Interesting. Very well. If you can beat me with this card, then that's what I'll call you from now on.
It's a deal.
The scales, they're wavering.
Talantin is deliberating on the outcome. It appears the convictions of both sides are equally matched.
This is suffocating. Like the whole world's weight is on my shoulders. But I believe what my heart tells me.
Finally decided?
Hear thee, children of humanity. I shall pronounce judgment, for the difference is now clear.
Come to think of it, Trinin and Mighty also don't seem to be able to see us. Remember, Mighty was like, oh, it's a card. Still only Finan and Cyrene can say that we're here and we're standing on the scale.
The one whose offering weighs more than the fate of the world is... one from Ides Elysiae, the nameless hero.
Congrats, Finan.
However, heed this. The true weight of conviction originates not from itself, but rather in that which tips the scales. Hope itself.
Hope.
What's that supposed to mean?
Everything sounds so cryptic now. Only in the future will the puzzle pieces are starting to come together.
I think the Titan means that it's not anyone's personal convictions that outweigh the fate of the world. It's about a wish, one which we all share. You, me, everyone here. What tipped the scales wasn't Finan's conviction alone, but the collective hopes carried by this oracle card. Humanity's desperate call for a deliverer.
Yes, even you and your people, Kremnoan.
Placing us both on the same side of the scales? Foolish. We Kremnoans are your mortal enemies. Such weak idealism will only get you skewered on our spears.
Fine by me. I've never claimed to be the deliverer from the card anyway. I'm a soldier. And if it's my fate to bleed my last on the battlefield, then so be it. I'll fight to my last breath. And on this, I know that we're the same. That's all a hero really is. Someone with that kind of conviction. And the deliverer? Just a sum of all those heroes.
A brilliant explanation.
Oh, Aggie and
Just
Hyacinth.
as prophesied, on this day, the final two heroes shall join the Flame Chase journey.
I should have known from the start. They all say Lady Goldweaver is quite brazen.
This is
But
how,
you're the
this
first
is
to
how
even
they
imagine
join the
that
Flame
prophecies
Chase.
could
I see.
persuade a Kremnos warrior.
Oh, I have 1,000 ways to tame a lion. But this lion didn't come here for bloodshed, did he?
The Kremnoans far outmatch Occam's forces, yet we haven't lost a single soul. That's no accident, is it?
Do you honestly think Kremnoans, renowned for our love of battle, would show mercy?
Your forces are equally renowned for their iron discipline. And so, we can only assume that this is on your orders.
Perhaps Akama isn't as hidebound as the rumors say. You grasp the true marrow of power more clearly than those elders.
Yeah, we don't like the
Now
elders.
that the wheels of fate are turning, what finer way to celebrate this fortuitous
Alright.
encounter
Well,
than a
it
feast?
looks like this is the start of this great partnership between all the Chryslos heirs, and looks like in this moment everyone got what they
Follow
wanted.
me, brave
Secretly.
outlanders. Heroes of this world are as countless as the stars. And at this moment, we find ourselves gathered here by the light of the flames of the long night.
Moonlight, to horizons.
History shall remember this moment. The prophesied Chrysos heirs now stand assembled, heralding a new dawn for Amphoreus.
You must see now how different this is from the flame-chased journey you traveled.
Yeah, you know, I really, like, once again, I'm really doubting this is exactly how it happened, but explain. Where did you disappear to? Just whose memories are these, and whose role am I playing?
Patience. We're approaching the final
I'll be
act.
patient then, Linus.
These are, as I mentioned, his first memories. They are of particular importance for the imminent Era Nova.
His first memories. Don't say it like that. Don't say it like that when all the trailers for him had like a 33 million counter on it.
Such as this very moment, as the prophesized demigods gather with Talentum as witness. This is a moment calculated by the gods.
This is really
What comes
nerve-wracking.
after is no different
and
from that which you already know.
Distressing in a way,
Some
but also
join, others
interesting,
leave,
right?
while flame chasers bear their faint light forward through the long night. Ah, come. Your seat awaits. After 13 heartbeats, our heroes will be ferried to the final scene.
What is the significance of that? Okay.
They say that the heroes of this world should be as countless as the stars. Yet now, we're the only ones left standing. So, in the end, the black tide still swallowed everything.
Oh my gosh, okay. This is 100% not the memories of our Finon. I mentioned that earlier. I kind of suspected that might be the case. Now I'm 100% certain that is the case. This is not our Finon. This is a different Finon who
The
still
West
has
stands
Cyrene
protected by mighty Scrimnomen.
by his side.
It will hold for the time being. Professor Anaxa deployed wards in the north and east before. Their effectiveness is untested, but I believe in him. And Arkham. We needn't fear for Aglaya. Even in death, she counts as the greatest among demigods. Her threads of romance weave an impenetrable shield, and the people answer her call, rallying to the city's defense. Let's move. Cavalry has given their core flame. We must complete the Era Nova before the next entry hour. For Amphoreus.
That only leaves 3 hours.
So, this is the last time we'll see her.
Finon, we set out on this journey to answer the world's desire, didn't we?
That's what it means to be a Chrysos heir. So has it always been.
Then why? Why must Amphoreus' wishes be so cruel? We made the best choices we could, whenever we could.
Because the simulation couldn't get it perfect on the first try.
But in the end, the prophecy that led us, this black tide swallowing everything. Why does it look like this?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That even if Finon is able to perfectly recreate everybody and everything in the Era Nova, with everybody comes back to life, everybody remembers what's going on, now the demigods are the Titans, and us, the Trailblazers, still gets to come back and forth. It's still extremely distressing to everybody who either died in battle or died at the end of the world, watching the world disappear. only to come back and have those memories of dying and being brought back to life. The imagery of what they see here has gotta be the most terrifying thing. Even if you have faith that everything's gonna be okay, because the Era Nova is gonna make everything okay, that's not gonna erase the fact that this is an incredibly traumatic scene unfolding around everyone.
We haven't had any other choice except to move forward. Not for a long time now. Even if we only see the long, long night ahead, I still believe that through it, we'll find the dawn on the other side. Beyond these flames, a new sun will someday rise. So, to the Temple of the Three Fates. You'll take over Time's authority, and we'll return all the core flames to the Vortex. Then put this world's fate to its final rest.
Oh my gosh. Cyrene becomes the demigod of time in this version, but there's no Cyrene still around in our cycle, which is why we had to become, like the Trailblazer had to become the demigod of time.
After which, we shall all
They're
face
all
oblivion,
return all the core flames all at once, okay.
or embark on one final grand journey.
And we've been kind of returning them in steps. Act 3, return.
Please forgive us for disturbing your sleep, Orynyx.
In this timeline, they actually managed to, you know, the peaceful Titans do it at the very end. You know what's interesting? This is probably significant. In the previous cycle, from our cycle that we're currently in, not this one, the one that we've been in the whole time, from the 3.2 story, like the demigods were like Circe's or Calypso, like Polyxia, Naias, like all these different people. But if they're suggesting this is the first memories, as in like the very first cycle, then it must be something significant that the people in our current cycle are the same people that lived in the first cycle. Because clearly it shows that it's not the same people who become the demigods / titans in every cycle. Like it's Polyxia who becomes Thanatos, not Castorus. Do you know what I mean? Like, so there's something about this. Like, if this is the first ever cycle, then it's significant that in our current cycle it's the same people.
It matters not. I know fate has run its course.
The Black Tide has reached Akama. Amphoreus does not have much time left. It is time for the Era Nova.
As agreed, I shall present the core flame of time. Ride the river of time. It will guard your passage to the vortex of Genesis.
Also, this conversation with Orynyx, like every time we talked with Orynyx, it sounded like she was hurt or suffering. But here it doesn't sound like she's suffering, just sad.
Step through and witness.
Professor Anaxa proved the truth of Genesis with his sacrifice. As Chrysos heirs of the prophecy, we were always destined to immolate ourselves for this world. Now, it's our turn. We can't let everyone's sacrifices be in vain.
I don't need another pep talk, Finan. After all, we've been ready to fight fate ever since we left the village, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come. Let's claim the miracle we were promised and burn away every last shadow in this world.
And then rise as the first light of a new world.
Light calendar 4931, the third week of the month of Evernight. Welcome, my lady, to the end of the flame chase. And the end of all things. The Titan has revealed the gateway of fate. Please accept the invitation to step across the threshold and behold. Beyond this gate lies the new world that our heroes sought through their trials, as well as the terminus that the owner of these long memories has been hurtling towards their entire life.
Terminus, the end that the owner of these long memories has been hurtling towards their
Perhaps you'll find it all too familiar.
Oh, will I?
Then you'll understand how the mortal called Finan shouldered the world's weight. How that same burden crushed him, proving that the so-called deliverer is nothing more than Amphoreus' own delusion. A pitiful fantasy that it could defy fate's decree. Please, esteemed one.
You're making this much worse.
Lie in these non-existent times.
Lygus is definitely making this much worse. Yeah, watch how this all fails miserably. Go have a front row seat to see how it all unfolds. I'm like, dude, you don't need to tell me twice. I'm going to go watch what happens. You don't need to... What's like the opposite of hyping something up? That's what Lygus is doing right now. Is the opposite of hyping something up. Is making you dread it even more by saying more words designed to scare you. Thanks, Lygus. Bubbles. 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 I'm scared. Hold me, please. How did we go from playing with cute squishy seals to this? This is not our Finan, but seems like bad things are gonna happen to him. Which means, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen to our Finan?
Revealed by the Titan.
Just what will we see?
Oh, it's you and me?
The vortex of Genesis. So it is here.
It's disappearing.
But just what is this?
Hologram.
Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. The vortex of Genesis, where the world begins and ends.
Lygus,
What
my guy.
stage could be more
These are extraneous words that are not helping.
Come, I beseech you onward. Buoyed by your surging curiosity,
suspense is killing me,
as
dude.
an unattainable existence that has dwelled within his heart, beyond his reach, you have accompanied him through the march of
That's what I'm supposed to have been? The voice in his heart?
You naturally have the right to view the river of time in its fullness, and to witness what he welcomed upon his arrival here. Every absurd and tragic ending.
Every absurd and tragic ending.
Now, if you would.
My journey
When the Aranova comes.
Oh my gosh, it's all our friends.
Go.
Make the Aran.
None of that matters now. This brutal.
Yeah, none of them have been lit up this time. They're really gonna submit them all at the end.
I know the future is in some peaceful paradise with gentle west winds, just waiting to welcome us to step in.
This will be a romantic story like none that has come before.
Oh my gosh, I knew it. So, I mean, I didn't know it, but I started to suspect. The scene we saw at the end of the last update was not our Finon. It was the Finon from another cycle, which I assume is this cycle, which I assume is the first cycle ever, which had Finon and Cyrene here.
You think so too, right?
This is the rest of Finon and Cyrene's story? Haven't I seen this scene before?
Ah, indeed. In his memories, such a scene replays over and over. Though the details may differ, this remains ever the same. All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle. A total of 33,550,335 times.
Okay, that still hurt to hear. That fact is really distressing. Because just imagine being in a samsara that long. Going through watching everybody you love get turned into monsters and die. Going through all the wonderful and terrible parts of a journey. Having to temper yourself over and over. Only to reach this moment once again and remember that your whole life has happened. 33,550,335 times. And this has all happened before, and you've not been able to keep the world the way you've not been able to fulfill the wishes. Is that what you're gonna imply? We haven't actually seen that yet, but you're gonna imply he's not able to fulfill the wishes in the end. And he's gonna fail that many times. No. Don't make me actually watch it.
Each is a drop from the river of time, representing the long journey he would take, or rather, a never-ending cycle.
Amphoreus is a loop, and Finon's trapped in it. I knew it.
Sharp as ever, I see. Seeing is believing. Why not let your own two eyes uncover the truth? Or perhaps you can simply walk straight to the final truth. See the true face of the character you play, and witness the ultimate nature of the Chrysos heirs, flame-chased journey, and the cycles of Amphoreus.
Lygus, you're really doing the opposite of hyping me up for this. You're making this sound more and more terrible.
Please, take your time. Look around as much as you wish.
I'm gonna do a couple of these first and see if I can handle this. What's this fragment? I don't remember what it was.
Not a single soul to be seen. So this is how the vortex looks at the end of days. Looks like I've got company after all. But since you've made it here, so in the end you succeeded, Executioner.
Oh, that was not good. Oh my gosh. No. That was 134. There's watching the number go that high is actually really extremely unsettling to me, actually.
Castros, didn't you?
Yes. I've become Death's demigod, and shall never again walk the world of the living. What you see is the surging of the river of souls, brought on by the countless dead feeding it in these dark times. They cry out. Though dead, they'll converge into a torrent and guard the vortex to see the Era Nova fulfilled.
I will take all the wishes of the departed with me. Please, everyone, fight with me to the very last.
I hear them. The dead hail you. They're prepared. Go on, Deliverer. We'll keep that executioner in our shadows. The path before you leads to light and eternal flames.
We'll watch at least one more.
There's water everywhere.
Like actually
This place
seeing
is
the
always
number
so wet and
like
sticky.
Instances in like, oh, this
myself
is like
getting
this
heavy.
instance in 33 million cycles. Keep in mind each cycle is like 5,000 years, right? I mean, that's the thing, is like, does Finon remember stuff from that whole time? I mean, that's a good point. Does Finon actually become, like, what actually happens in Era Nova? That's the real question. We're only hearing up until what the point of Era Nova. We don't know what actually happens right after.
Plus that burnt smell.
You know what? Okay, you know what?
And
The
that
suspense is
sizzling
killing me. I
noise.
have to talk to Legus.
So you feel it too, huh?
Go on then. I'll handle the filth.
Yeah.
Let me fight with you.
Hey, remember what the seamstress said? You know what really matters.
Yeah, I'll leave it to you then.
Wow, someone's not shy. I'll distract that execute.
Okay. I get it. Each of these memories, somebody actually sticks with him until the end, but then that's it. What actually happens? What actually happens after the Era Nova happens? Does he ever succeed? And furthermore, is he forced to remember every time he fails? See, the thing is, right now, the Finon we know, he clearly doesn't remember 33 plus. It's 33 million plus versions of himself doing the same thing. Maybe it's not that bad if he doesn't have to remember the previous cycles. It's like he's a new person over and over, and those are just different versions of himself. But it's not like you have to be bogged down by their choices, right? Right? I'm kind of delirious right now because I'm actually afraid that that's not true. He's gonna have to remember everything.
You really think you're prepared?
No, I don't. I just need to.
Allow
I
me
literally,
to give you a
Legus, I
warning,
literally started off the stream saying
earnest.
I need to get this over with because
Once
it's
you
gonna
see
actually
what
destroy
these
me.
memories hide, the world's course will be forever irreversible.
Show me the final memory.
Ah,
This is
very
probably
well.
cycle 1 then.
As you have made up your mind,
This is
let
what
us
has forced
bear
everything to be this
witness
way.
together. As the sole audience of this eternal theater, I have been
Yeah, don't you get kind of
rapturously
tired after
awaiting
being
your
here for like
arrival.
billions of years?
And this, too, is the very reason I must show
Literally
you
billions of years. Like, I think that's what the
everything.
math is like, right?
I believe that since you've bathed in that eon's gaze,
Which one, the remembrance?
you can make Amphoreus' frozen fate flow once again.
That would be nice, because it sounds like you guys have been stuck in a pretty bad time loop here. Okay. Show me.
feeling a bit lost? As you now see, this scene marks the final act of the drama Amphoreus. The final eternal recurrence created by this man's hand, and the last one this world shall undergo.
Oh my gosh. Maybe this is not the first one then. Well, the first one is the one we already saw at the beginning. This is right now. This, oh my gosh, this is exactly where Lycus paused. He would put pause and like, okay, let's pause right here and go through everything up until this point. This is the moment that he paused at.
Behold, at the swordsman's side stands one he has sometimes called companion, other times comrade. That nameless hero, absent from the annals of history.
We are the nameless. Nameless faces. Nameless, it all came back to this.
Is the swordsman's ideal in his youth, the deliverer that guided him resolutely onward through fantasy. And now, in the name of the nameless, she has become an essential and inseparable part of the epic of Amphoreus.
We're the deliverers.
And this time, under her guidance, what choice shall the hero make? Whither shall the fate of the world flow? And what is the ultimate truth of the nature of
He's got the
Amphoreus?
dramatic narrator thing on point. It's unfortunately really good because it's making me feel very, very stressed out in this moment.
There are many mysteries yet to be unwound. But if I may, allow me to temporarily yield the stage to one far more fitting. Please put your hands together and give a rousing round of applause for they who will reveal the answers and bring about the final end of the 33,550,336th flame chase journey.
This is a lot of pressure. Don't let it get lost on you how big that number is. Okay. This is horrifying.
The master of the countless memories we saw. The other important actor now stepping into the vortex. They who have already burnt their own self to cinder. The Flame Reaver.
Oh my gosh. That's right. In all those other memories, the Flame Reaver was clearly chasing them, just as the Flame Reaver is chasing us now. And it looks like Screwlum's. Oh my gosh, that was in the same chapter as this, and even that seems so far away. Screwlum's spell is wore off. Where's Dan Heng now? Did Dan Heng make it out safely? Is March still here? Did Dan Heng even leave? We don't even know. What happened to Dan Heng? Did he actually make it out? Where is March? Did she make it out? It's sort of hitting me. Like our happy journeys on the Astro Express and the calm music of Take the Journey and just hanging out in our cool apartment and visiting other places like Bellabog and the Luofu just seem so far away and also so small and insignificant versus the weight of the moment we are forced into right here, right now. Oh. Lygus?
So, in the end, you succeed. Executioner. With my flesh as kindling, like the first dawn of the new world.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
The time has come once again. Start everything.
Let's try it this other way.
So clearly, Finon mentioned earlier when he got Cartoonist to craft the sword. He wanted the sword to look like the Flame Reaver's sword.
I'm not in a
The
hurry
Flame Reaver who we saw during the fall of Aides Elysiae. Interestingly, that in the memories of the first cycle, that didn't happen. Almost as if the Flame Reaver is also part of the cycle and their sword is the same as Finon's sword. Weird, right? Clearly, this might give you some semblance of an idea of who the Flame Reaver might actually be. But now, it's actually sort of a dead giveaway. That made me freak out. Is the Flame Reaver is holding both Finon's sword and Cyrene's staff. Oh my gosh, and you also notice that the imagery of Finon with the sun and Cyrene has a moon staff and the veil of Evernight and all of that. But the Flame Reaver was holding both Finon's sword and Cyrene's staff. I didn't notice that before. Well, I wouldn't have noticed that before because only now we've seen Cyrene and her staff. So, okay, lots of them. You know what's so funny to me? Once again, the way the whiplash between the fun parts of this game and the serious stuff is huge. In the previous update, there was that Galactic Baseballer event, and it was just like the raccoon guy and all the abilities and stuff like that, and you're just doing this big 10-way fight. Creation burns to ash. That's not the intent of becoming the world bearer. This I don't understand yet. But we're gonna understand soon. No, the Flame Reaver was in there, and it was just like this funny guy who was like on a payroll and stuff like that. And that's so different versus Flame Reaver here. Wow, that didn't kill us? Getting really into this story is really stressful. I think this game definitely stresses me out way more than Genshin does. Can I just do it? The Genshin stories don't typically get this heavy with death in the universe.
Now, with your corpse.
Not that they won't in the future, but they haven't so far. Alright, Finon.
How is this possible?
That's not what I expect his face to look like.
The sons of destruction, now twinned. You then set your blood ablaze. Your fury.
Let's try it this other way.
Question mark. Okay. No, how dare you hurt my little man? Okay. Gotta actually know how to play this game. It's okay. We know how to play this game, right? Question mark. Is this supposed to be Finon? But like a different cycle Finon? It's like kind of trapped. That's what I was guessing. From just also the sheer fact that there was no Flame Reaver in the first cycle, but there was a Flame Reaver in all the other cycles. kind of picked up on the fact that the Flame Reaver and Final connected. Well, I mean, obviously, the Flame Reaver has appeared in Finon's worst times in his life. Yes, they're connected. I mean, like, when Finon's sword had the sword made exactly like the Flame Reaver sword, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're probably actually, like, okay, that's cool. The sword and the staff like that. I'm sorry. You know what's not cool is how freaky it is how many other Flame Reavers are standing behind him. But also, I picked up on the fact that when Mighty leaves, he tells Finon, oh yeah, my weak spot is exactly this part of my back. If we ever happen to fight each other, to find each other fighting on the battlefield, and then the Flame Reaver knows exactly where to stab Mighty. I'm just saying. that was kind of a giveaway sign there. That they're... But you know what? I'm still not actually sure that's actually it. Like, who is this guy? He doesn't actually look that much like Finon. Look at the same hair.
I'm on it.
Oh my gosh.
Fire.
Hold on, pause for a second.
Burn unceasing.
Oh no, that's definitely Finon. No, that was the first time I've seen anybody actually die and need to be revived by Cass's ability. Gosh, even using Ho-Ho feels weird. Because I feel like our adventures looking through like haunted houses for stuff feels like such a distant thing compared to like the fate of the entire universe that we're facing here. It's just a lot to see all those Flame Reavers standing back there. Am I doing this right? I can't actually target the actual guy yet. Okay, that's doing damage to him, so I think we're doing this right. Now, go, Pollux! One Shadow Quest has been defeated and question mark's toughness is one. Okay, that move is definitely representing all of those cycles.
Seared upon this burning world.
I should have healed. I should have healed. Why didn't I not heal? This guy's actually gonna kill us. Actually, he did, except Cass was able to save Agaya. Keep going. Oh, we have the chance.
Is that clear, I said?
No, it's almost his turn. No. Dragon time. No, okay. Guys. This is crazy. I think I've said that a lot, but this is crazy.
This is being in sync.
Stay put. Get that.
I'm on it.
All will one day return to
Yep.
Fiend or devil.
Trust me.
shoot, wait. I didn't realize we don't have the garment maker. No. Okay, this is such a cool move, but it's terrifying. I realize all those flame ravers are probably... Oh my gosh. Does Finon become the flame raver every time?
Life is not so fragile. It's here.
Guys. We're so close. Don't make me do this whole fight again. We're not doing this whole fight again. We're not. I don't... I'm tired. I wanted to end the video after this. We don't have time to do the whole fight again. She's healing herself. But they are taking health quite fast. Oh, wow, you know what? I didn't think I needed casual mode for this. We were doing so good up until that point. What time is it? It's 1:30 in the morning. Alright, you know what? I think it's time. I just need to end off the video here. We went through a lot in a couple hours. That's all I'm gonna say. I think we can beat that without casual mode this time. I actually think we can. I think I just picked Huohuo's attack instead of healing too many times because I'm sleepy. So I'm gonna try this again tomorrow. We're gonna start here. And we're gonna be prepared to be emotionally traumatized. Because tomorrow I'm gonna try to finish this. Oh boy, okay. What happens if I hit retreat?
It's still early. Where to now?
It's not that early. It's 1:30 in the morning actually. But hey, we're in our today, present day Vortex of Genesis. We have all of our core flames lit up. We still need to figure out what happens after the Era Nova. And why Lygus is indicating that this is all gonna end up in failure. Ideally, it doesn't sound like it's supposed to. But he knows way more than we do, so we're gonna finish that fight tomorrow. We're gonna see what kind of tragic ending happens for our poor friend Finon here, who's just trying to do good things for the world and has dreams of just being able to save everyone. And somehow this is gonna end up being a bad thing. Alright, enough from me. Have a good day, everyone, or night. It's night here. Have a good night. Bye-bye.